Okay, in today's class, we are going to learn about this exit function. Now, what actually the use of this exit function and how many ways this exit function can be used. We'll learn in detail with example programs also. Okay, so you need to keep in mind like the name itself, exit, it talks like we need to come out of the program. That means we want to terminate the program immediately. Normally, how we are terminating our program is we are compiling the program and we are executing our program to check the output and to get the output, to give the input and to get the output displayed. That is a normal procedure. But sometimes we want to execute or we want to terminate the program in the middle of the execution. Isn't it or not? So we want to have some cases like that. We'll highlight those cases and we'll see if you want to exit or if you want to terminate the program immediately, then how that can be done. Okay, so note down all of you what is the use of this one. The first use of this one is this is used to terminate the program immediately. Okay. So whenever you want to come out of the program, immediately if you are using this exit function, it can be done by using this exit function. It will be immediately terminating the program execution part. Okay, and then what it will do is whenever you are using this exit function, it will tell the status of the operating system, like you want to terminate it abnormally or you want to terminate it successfully, like you want to terminate it forcibly or you want to terminate successfully. We have two cases. Whenever you want to use the exit function, we need to tell the status of this exit function. Before that, whenever you want to use this exit function, the syntax we are going to use is like this. The syntax will be, we need to use the return type is always void. Why? Because for this exit function, remember exit is a predefined function. We are not going to write any logic for that one. So exit is a predefined function, and this function, whenever you are calling, it will not return anything. That's why the return type is to be written as void, and you need to use the function called exit, and as a parameter you need to specify the status, and that status should be of integer data type. Okay, always you need to specify one status. We'll see one example also. Are you understanding? So always exit function returns void. So it is must as void, and then as a parameter you need to specify an integer value. So this integer status value can be a non-zero value or a non-zero value. So this can be 0 or this can be non-zero also. Non-zero is nothing but 1, 2, 3, any value can be given. So this can be 0 or non-zero. So for our understanding, what we are normally using is we are giving normally like one value we will be giving as a part of status. I hope you all are following what I'm telling. In the syntax part, whenever you are using a syntax, in the syntax part you need to mention that return type is always void. So no, it is defined like this. So there should not be any semicolon here. The syntax is like this. But whenever you are using this one, no need to write down the return type void. Just you can mention exit status. Right, all of you? So what happens if you are using the status in the status part, like in the parameter, you can give a value of 0 or a non-zero value. So non-zero value is nothing but other than 0, any value can be given. But for our understanding, mostly we will be using this as 1. Now, what is the difference between 0 and non-zero? 0 represents we are successfully, like whenever we are using the exit function, we are telling to the operating system about like the status, how we are coming out of that program. So if you want to tell to the operating system like you are coming out of that program successfully, like no errors are created, you have no problem with that execution, and no errors are there, then if you want to come out of that program successfully, that is nothing but successfully it is exited. Then you can mention, like you can see the example can be given like this, exit 0. Examples also, right? Now, if you want to tell or if you want to provide the status to the operating system saying like you are forcibly coming from the program, like when some resources you have requested, if that resource is not available, in such a case you want to come out of that program, then if you want to give that status to the operating system, then as part of status you need to give a non-zero value. How to represent that one? You need to write exit 1. or you can write exit 2, 3, for anything. Make sure like it is a non-zero value. For our understanding, we will be using exit 1 as a non-zero value, right? So successful exit is nothing but 0. Unsuccessful, like forcibly if you want to exit, then it is called as forcibly. If you want to exit, then you need to give non-zero value. Now, whenever you want to use this exit function, the header file we are going to use is uh, stdlib.h header file is to be required to be included in our program. Whenever you want to use this exit function, the header file is stdlib.h. Right. So let us learn in detail about when this can be used and when this can be used. Okay. So keep your heading, all of you, how this can be done. So this is the introduction part of this one. So now what we'll do is we'll see how this one exit 0 can be used. So keep your heading, all of you, about I am talking about success, exit success if you want to do. Then how can we do that? We'll see. Okay. So we'll take one example in that and what is the requirement of exit, what is nothing but exit success and all, we'll see. Keep hearing, all of you, exit success. Now, exit success indicates, you all know, as already mentioned, whenever you want to give a status to the operating system as exit success, then you need to mention like this. Okay. Now, what is this one? What do you mean by this one? This is nothing but successful exit. Now, I'll tell you one example, an application I'll take, and using that application, I will be using this exit. Now, let us consider you are going to design a game. Let us consider. Okay, in that game, let us consider two options. What are the two options is? You will be asking the user, listen carefully all of you, you will be asking the user whether you want to quit the game or you want to continue the game. Okay, so if the user gives an option of quitting, let us consider you want to quit or you don't want to quit. You want to ask the option like yes or no. Suppose if the user gives quit option as yes, then what we need to do? We don't want to continue the program, right? We want to come out of that program. That in that case, it is called as an exit, successful exit. It is nothing but there is no problem in our program. As the user has requested like he want to come out of that program, then we need to come out of that program where we need to mention that one using exit 0. If he gives like he don't want to exit no, then we can continue with the program. Let us write on the code for that one so that it will be very clear to you all. So what I'm going to do is we need to write down all the header file declarations which are required to run our predefined functions. And I'm including this stdlib also. Why? Because we are going to use this exit. Okay. I hope you all are following. Now in the main function, what I'm going to do is I will be asking the user to enter whether he wants to continue or not. So to store that status, I will be storing that in a variable called s. S represents the status. Okay. So as yes and no, y and n we want to store in the s. So s should be declared as a character. So I will be asking the user, okay, printer, I will be asking do you, okay, I'll write, do you want to exit or do you want to quit the game? I'm not bothered about the other statements, just I want to ask the user whether he want to quit the game or not. Okay, he has to give yes or he has to give no. So whatever the character may be, the character can be stored in a variable. What character? Let me give yes or no. I will store that one in a variable. Okay. So I will store that one in what variable? Because we have, okay, all are in caps. Okay. Scanf. I want to store that one in my yes variable. I hope you all are clear. Up to this, the program is clear to you all. Now what I want to do is, suppose here I want to check the condition. If the status whatever is given, if it is equal to y. What do you mean by y? The user want to quit the program. That means in that case, what we want to tell? We want to tell like the user want to exit, he wants to quit the game. In that case, you can use the function called exit, where we don't want to continue with the rest of the program. We want to completely terminate the program. We want to completely terminate the game, isn't it or not? Right? Uh, then we can write directly 0. Remember, they don't get confused between exit and break. Break is nothing but only for a from that particular loop you can come out of that one. But exit is nothing but you are completely coming out of that program. Observe the difference. Break is nothing but you are coming out of that loop. If you are using in while loop or do while in for, if you are using break, break is nothing but that loop will be terminated and it will come out of that loop, and the rest of the statements if you have, that will be executed. But in the exit, where as and when you get that exit function there, the rest of the statements will not be, whatever it may be, that will be terminated, like they will be collapsed and the program execution will come out of that. Right? So the program execution will be terminated. Now, coming back to our program, if the status that is given by the user is yes, that means if he wants to come out of that program, then we need to exit. Why I have given exit 0 here? Because it is a successfully, we want to tell to the operating system like there is no issue in my program. Okay. It is just like the user requested, that's why I want to exit the program. Understood. That's why I have used exit 0. When we need to use exit 1, we'll see one more example regarding that. Now coming back to this program, else if I write, in the else part what we need to do, it is nothing but the user has, suppose else, if I write else if, I'll write s equal to no. In that case, what do you mean by that one? The user want to continue the execution. So in that case, whatever program, whatever code you want to write for this case, whatever code you want to write, game drawing, game, for that, all the instructions can be written here. Are you understanding? Whatever instructions relating to this game, you need to write down in this case. So in the, let us not bother about all those statements. Just I want to write one printf statement mentioning like welcome to the game. That's it. I want to display this one. Are you understanding what I'm saying here? He don't want to quit, he want to continue. That means in that case, the complete code for that game and all we need to write here. So why I have given exit 0, that you need to understand all. Why I have given exit 0? Because it is a successful exit. We don't want to continue. Why? Because the user has requested not to continue. That's it. So is this code clear to you all? What I have done, one character variable is taken. I am storing yes or no. And depending upon this yes, it has to exit. And if it is n, if you don't want, you can remove this else also. No problem in that. Okay. Shall we run this program? For your understanding, what I'll do is, I'll write one more printf statement here. End of the game. Okay. Just I have written like this. Now let us run this program. I think before that I need to save this. Okay. So let us compile this program. Now it will request the user. It will request the user to enter whether you want to quit the game. Suppose if I give, I don't want to quit the game. Let us give with the no n option. So whenever I give n option, then what happens? Well, welcome to the game. So whatever code is required to perform this game, that will be displayed here. And after that, this statement is also displayed here. You can check there. So end of the game is done. But suppose I'll compile this one once again and I'll check with the other test case. What is that one? I don't want to continue. In that, yes, I want to quit. So I will be giving y. So in that case, what happens? The program has been terminated, where you can see, even though it will not go in this if statement, but it is okay. But this has to be executed, but this is also not displayed. Why? Because we have terminated the program. We have terminated the program immediately as and when the user want to quit. So this 0 represents it is a successful termination, like exit success. There is no problem in my program. But let us see the other case. What is the other case? Let us see another case of exit 1, which is called as exit failure. What do you mean by exit failure? Let us see that case. Okay. So keep hearing all of you. What is that? Exit failure. What is nothing but exit failure? Suppose the user is requesting for some resources, and if that resource is not available, in that case you want to come out of that program. What is one example in that? So if you want to do that option, you need to use exit. Non-zero value can be given. I want to tell you 1. Any non-zero value can be given. Okay, so this is called as abnormal or forcible termination. What do you mean by abnormal or forcible termination? This will happen when requested resources are not there. One example I'll tell you. One example regarding this one is, suppose you are going to get some data from some files. Let us consider when you want to read some data from one text file. Right? In future, you are going to learn that, but for the time being, understand, whenever you want to read some data from a file. Now, if that file is not available in the computer, in your computer that file is not available, but still you have written a program saying like, I want to get information from, let us call info.txt is one file. From that file, in that file some data is there, you want to read that file and you want to get the information from that file. Right? But this info.txt is not available in the computer. It is not available. Your computer is not having info.txt. In that case, what do you mean by that one? This resource is not available. Isn't it not? So in such a case, you need to give a status to the operating system saying like, if whenever you are writing one code, if the requested resource is not available, in that case also I want to exit from my program, but there the status is 1. Why we are giving status 1? It is nothing but you are telling to the operating system saying like, because some resources that has been requested by me are not available, in that case because of that case I am exiting from that program. Understood? So to do that one, instead of writing the complete code, what I'll do is, whenever you want to open any file, the function we are going to use is fopen. Okay, don't bother about all these things. Just understand, whenever you're opening any file, you need to write like this. So you need to write info.txt and you need to write, if you want to read that file, then you need to use R like this. Okay. And whenever you are using this syntax, you need to use one file pointer. Don't go in detail. Just understand this one is like, you are trying to open info.txt and you want to perform the reading operation from that file. Now our consideration is this info.txt is not available. If this info.txt is not available, then fp will be having a value of null. That means I want to write a condition if fp is equal to null. That means when the requested file info.txt is not available in my computer, then you need to exit from this program and you need to send a status to the operating system like 1. Why I am telling the status of 1? It is because the resource that I have requested is not available in the computer. Then it can be understandable by the operating system. It is not a successful exit. Observe here the difference between this one and this one. Here, what is it? It is successful exit because the user want to exit. He has come out of that one. But here, what? Because the resources are not available. Suppose the user is requesting for a printer. Let us consider the printer is not available to him. In that case, he can come out of that one, saying like the giving the status as exit 1. Understood all of you? Or else you can have an else part for this one. What is the else part? Else part is nothing but if the file is available, write down what is the code required to do the task. But if the file is not available, you are writing exit 1. What do you mean by exit 1? I am coming out of my program. The program has been terminated immediately. Why? Because whatever resources has requested by me, it is not available. In this case, the info.txt file is not available in my computer. Understood? It is not. Understand all of you what I'm telling? So this is about the exit. It is nothing but you can write this one as exit. What is this? This is exit failure. I hope you all are clear with this concept. Understood all of you what is meant this one? A successful exit, and you can use exit 0 or you can write exit or non-zero also, but the difference is this is a successful exit and this is used so because something is not available which is requested by you, we are coming out of that program, right? So you can make a note of this one, all of you. I hope you all are clear with this exit function now. Remember, whenever you want to use exit function, you need to use stdlib. Why I am not taking this program as of now? Because we have, it is not you can understand here. The files has to be created, and then if it is not, the files concept should be clear to you all. Right, all of you? I hope you all are clear with this concept.